Hello and welcome. Let us proceed in this story. We have read that the pet dog was hospitalized and the doctor took him in his car and with all his belongings sent by his owner. When he reached there, the dog was very serious. He could not move easily. So, what was the first treatment given by the doctor? No food for 2 days, only water. He kept on dieting. And then after 2 days, his progress was rapid. Rapid means very fast. He was progressing very fast. He had no medicinal treatment of any kind. Doctor did not give him any medicine. He had no medicinal treatment of any kind, but all day he ran about with the dogs, joining in their friendly scrimmage. Now he got the company, he started running, his exercise naturally, his exercise began in a natural way, in a natural surrounding with all other dogs. And he discovered the joys of being bowled over, tramped on, squashed every few minutes. He became an accepted member of the gang. Gang means here gang of dogs. He became accepted member. When he had reached first day, he was not accepted by any other dog, but now he is the accepted member of the gang, an unlikely, silky little object among the saggy crew. Fighting like a tiger. Now the movement has begun. He was listless. He had no energy. He was not energetic. He was not active. But now he has become. Now he has started fighting like a tiger for his share at meal times and hunting rats. So these are some natural activities of dog, which was prevented by too much love of his owner, Mrs. Pumphrey. We see that he is doing natural activities now, and he is hunting rats in old hen house at night. He had never had such a time in his life. It means he was so much pampered. He was kept in bedroom with all comfortable things. Actually, he had not got his natural surroundings. Here, the doctor provided him natural surroundings. So, he is improving very fast all the while. Mrs. Pumphrey howled anxiously in the background. He is improving here, but the owner, Mrs. Pumphrey, was anxious at her home. Anxious about, she worried too much about the dog, ringing a dozen times a day. In a day, she rang a dozen times. Why? For the latest bulletin. Latest bulletin means latest news of the dog. She was so anxious that she called a dozen times every day, and I dodged the questions. The narrator dodged the question, means avoided the questions about whether his cushions were being turned regularly and his correct coat worn according to the weather or not. But I was able to tell her that the little fellow was out of danger and convulsing rapidly. Convulsing, new word for you. Convulsing rapidly means recovering from illness very fast. She asks very inappropriate questions. Whether his cushion is being turned or not, whether he is wearing proper coat according to the weather or not. And the narrator dodged all question. He just said that it was improving. Recovering from his illness very fast. The word convulsing seemed to do something to Mrs. Pumphrey. When she heard that he is recovering, she became happy. She started to bring around fresh eggs, 2 dozen a time, for the dog. She sent 2 dozen eggs at a time for the dog to build up. To build up means to make him strong, trick his strength. Here, doctor is giving him less food and she is sending 1 dozen eggs. And for a happy period of my partners. And those eggs are sent for her dog But here the doctor, veterinary doctor, is eating himself. Dog's food is eaten by the narrator and his partner. And for a happy period, this is a happy period for my partners, and I had 2 eggs each of for the breakfast. But when the bottles of wine began to arrive, now she sent a bottle of wine also for the dog, and that was also consumed by the narrator. This is very funny moment for everybody. She is sending food and drink for dog, and that is being eaten by the narrator and his friends. The real possibilities of the situation begin to dawn on the household. In the household means at doctor's place, everyone one is enjoying. It was to enrich Tricky's blood. Wine was sent for Tricky to enrich his blood, but here wine is also taken by the narrator and his partners. Lunch became a ceremonial occasion, a good occasion with 2 glasses of wine before and several during the meal. So narrator and his partner, they are enjoying too much. They are eating everything being sent by Mrs. Pampery for the dog, and they are having a party. We could hardly believe it when the brandy came. First she sent eggs, then she sent wine, and now she sent brandy. Brandy came to put final edge on Tricky's constitution. For a few nights, the fine spirit was rolled around, inhaled and reverently drunk, and even the brandy was drunk by the narrator and his partners. They were days of deep content. Everybody is content, starting well with extra egg in the morning, improved and sustained by the midday wine, and finishing luxuriously round the fire with the brandy. So party is going on, and party is going on because of the dog. They are enjoying party with the food of dog. And doctor knows dog should not be given, otherwise he will not recover. So everything is being consumed by them. It was temptation. Very important line is here. It was a temptation to keep Tricky on a permanent guest. So they thought, the narrator is thinking, if Tricky became his permanent guest, they will get eggs, wine, brandy permanently. But I knew Mrs. Pumphrey was suffering, and after a fortnight she was suffering from the separation of the dog. And after a fortnight means 15 days, felt compelled to phone and tell her that the little dog had recovered and was awaiting collection. And after 15 days, the vet announced that he has recovered very well. He is now okay. So within minutes, about 30 feet of gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. Now he called Mrs. Pumphrey that now she could take the dog. And now after that she will come, and we will see the final part in our last video. She comes and receives the dog. Thank you. That's all for today.